what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the Hot Toys Star Wars The Mandalorian and the Child Deluxe Edition. Well, Deluxe version. Now the product code for this is TMS015. Now I must admit I am definitely excited about actually picking this figure up, and I have watched the series too. I watched both seasons of The Mandalorian and it is an awesome series. I really did enjoy it a lot, you know. So I'm definitely excited about picking this on up. So I'm finna go ahead and get into this right now. As usual, like I always mention, I have like a whole Star Wars like saga right here, like on Blu-ray. Well, this is the first like 6 episodes. Then also have The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and also have The Rise of Skywalker. Also have Rogue One and Solo 2 as well. I just don't have them right here, you know. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into this right now. So as you can see, this is the box art for the Mandalorian and the Child Hot Toys Deluxe version. It has an image of the Mandalorian and the child, or you can say Baby Yoda. And we know that he now officially has a name, is Grogu. Because Ahsoka Tano actually gave him the name. Spoiler alert if you haven't like watched the series. So there are them two. You also see another image of the Mandalorian right there with his rifle. And it says like Star Wars, you know, the Mandalorian and the child. I think that's an awesome image too. And that's actually the figures too. Not like a scene from the movie, you know. And as you can see, it has like this strap thing around it, like most Hot Toys Star Wars items do, that you can pull off. So I'm going to open this on up. And as usual, when you first open the packaging, it has these right here, like these artworks right here. And this is the image of the Mandalorian reaching out to Grogu. As you can see, when he first met him. And as you can see, the Mandalorian comes with a lot of items. He actually has like 3 trays right here, as you can see. Like he has like this bottom tray right here, which has like I think like the stand and like a couple of accessories. And he has these 2 right here, which actually have like a figure too. Actually, it's just this one right here. Yeah, because this is actually like the 3rd one, you know, with like accessories, like it's a bunch, as you can see. And of course, you have the figure right here itself inside with like the accessories. And again, I do have the deluxe version too, which has everything, you know. Also, this right here is the actual instruction manual too for the Mandalorian, which will show you how to actually assemble the figure and like things he can do. Like I said, these are helpful, you know. As you can see, it really opens up like this too, like very wide, because he has so much stuff, you know. I already know I'm gonna have to be looking at this, you know. What I want to do first, or talk about first, is the actual stand that comes with the Mandalorian. As you can see, the stand had plastic on it too, so I know I'm going to have to take this on off. I've been hearing some complaints about this stand too, but as you can see, it says Star Wars The Mandalorian, and this is how it actually looks. It has like footprints in it. You can tell he's like in sand apparently, like he's like on a sandy area. Then he also has like this extra piece right here, you know, which I always think are pretty cool, but I have been hearing people like saying they don't actually like this particular part of it. And of course, you know, you can just attach this like anywhere on here if you want, you know, like anywhere on it, you can actually attach it. I think this is actually for like Grogu too, like when you put like the Grogu figure up here, because I know he has like a rock that you have to take out. It's actually right here. I can give a demonstration of it. I think this is it. And there's like a hole right there once you take it out, and you put like a little stand in there for Grogu too. So I'll probably show all that later. And of course, you know, these are like the actual this is the stand that will actually support Mando. Then you got like the actual cradle thing for putting around his waist, because you could put this particular figure like in like a bunch of like dynamic poses, like see like him flying and all that kind of stuff, you know. This is how you put the stand together. You actually just take this and slide it in right if you want this to be supporting the Mando, which I do. I always put my figures like on their stands so they won't fall, you know. So I put that in. Then of course, you know, this right here would be like the actual crater that supports Mando. So what you have to do is put that on this. And I think this actually comes off. Yeah, you have to take this top part off right there. Then you can slide this right on like in. Still kind of worried about these, like they'll break, you know, if you're not careful. I'll be kind of paranoid about them. And what there's a stand for like supporting. And you know this is a dynamic stand, so you can bend it all in kind of ways. You know, you can have them all like I say, like flying. You can put them in dynamic poses. I think these are awesome, especially when they actually have the right size figure for it, you know. And of course you can put a Grogu stand next to Mandalorian too. You can actually just slide it on. Cause these actually can go anywhere, you know. But you can just put it like next to him like that, you know. Then you would have to take that piece off and put his in. I'll show that too. And for Grogu, you actually have this tube like pole thing, and it actually goes right aside right here. Like I mentioned before, you would take this piece of rock off, and I think that is kind of cool how they have that. It's like a peg, and you can see the hole. Then you would take this, and I think it can go anywhere, any way, you know, top or bottom. Just press it on in. Because what it'll be like Grogu, he can sit on that if you want him like in a carriage. So I'll give an example of that too as well. So what I'll do first is take the Mando on out. Okay, here. I'm sure he stands. So as you see, this here is the Mando, and he has all the usual plastic on him, which I have to take off. Okay, so I take the foot off, or like they have like taped up. Somebody cut that off. So I took the ones off his legs because they were taped up. But here's the ones on his arm. Then he has one on his chest. I know sometimes they have it around their neck too, but I know I don't think his head is like removable. And see, as you can see, he has on the Beskar armor too. This is the particular version I have of Mando. Like once he actually had his armor forged. And I think this is awesome. This is so cool. So as you can see, there he is. So what I'm going to do first is actually measure the Mandalorian. And he is like over 12 inches, like almost 13 inches in height. So what I want to do now is talk about the likeness and the articulation of the figure. I must admit, this is awesome. This probably is easily one of my coolest figures that I have from Hot Toys. So as you can see, like his head, it does turn, like, you know, left and right. You can tilt it. It seems to be kind of loose too. You can look up kind of, and you can kind of like look down. And I like this Beskar armor. This is so awesome. I must admit, now that I notice it, it is like shiny. I thought that could have been like a little better looking, like from the pictures I saw. But now that I see the person, it does like reflect. It really does like it's actually like I think metal or armor, you know. And you can see all the accessories that Mando has on him too as well. He has this like cloth cape. It's not like a bendable wire and anything. He also has this right on the back too, for where he puts his rifle. There's like this like hole, because you actually have to hook his gun or his rifle through there. But as you can see, he has armor everywhere, and this is, like I said, like the Beskar armor version of the Mando when he got upgraded. So he has the armor placed right there. Now he still has this one right here, I think, from the previous suit that he had on before he got his armor upgraded in the series. He has all these like on his side too, like all this like projectile type accessories and like weapons and stuff. As you can see right there, there's like tons of stuff actually built into his body, you know. So I think that's pretty cool. He even has like the holster right here for his gun. Oh, he also even has another plastic back here. I didn't see that. There's another one back here. I got to slide out. It was on his back. I didn't even notice that. He also has like more like holster things back there too. So I guess that's for like other stuff or other items you want to put on the figure. I like how you can see the battle damage too, like in the Beskar armor right there, like he's been getting shot like in his rear or his back. Even like his boots right here, you can see he has like all them like all that kind of like combat type stuff on it. I think this is awesome. Yeah, he looks good. I know his arms can go up. Now it looks like they're kind of limited too. Like they can go up to about right there, the Mando. Unless you want to force it, and of course you know he does have a bend in the elbows too as well, so you can bend his elbows. Hand can turn, so he does have like hand rotation. He can do a split, and not too much, you know, because the way that arm is, he has a bend in the knee, so you can bend his leg back too as well. Feet can turn. They seem kind of tight. He even have like a tread watch, where you can see the tread on his shoes, under his shoes. So I think that's pretty cool. I do admit this has got to be one of my coolest figures that I have. Even like right here, like his sleeve, this all is like cloth material, you know, like his arm, I mean his legs, right, this material, you can see it's like movable. It's all like cloth material. So I think they did a pretty good job on this. Just trying to get them to stand right. Now I want to move on to the accessories that come with the Mandalorian and the Child Deluxe set. Right here, as you can see, it's his actual, I think this is the blaster rifle. Yeah, this is like his actual blaster rifle that he actually has in the show. It's rather large too, as you can see, because right here has like this thing right where you can shock like his adversaries, you know, which I think is pretty cool. And this right here is a strap that I was kind of telling you about with like his cape. It would go through his cape. But as you can see, this gun is nicely done. It's like weathered and like damaged looking, you know, like it's been through like a lot of action. So I think they did a pretty good job on this. It also has like this scope right here too that's actually detachable, I believe. So I'm gonna see if I can do it. Yeah, you can actually take the scope off Mandalorian's rifle. So that's pretty cool. It actually slots right in right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back on. It was kind of complicated, but it was pretty easy. And put it on Mando. What you actually have to do is like when you look right there on that strap that was on his back right here, you actually have to take the rifle and put it in there first. Then like the belt thing that was hanging from the rifle, you actually had to hook it in right there on this peg right here. So it's pretty easy. And as you can see, the rifle just sits right there on his back. And the cape keeps it covered too. Well, that's how I'm actually displaying mine, you know. So you can't actually do it like that if you want. So then if you want to remove it, you know, you just unpeg this. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, it comes off pretty easily. Then lift his cape up, and then you can just pull the rifle out. Then the next accessory that comes with Mando is his actual blaster pistol right here. Nicely done. And if you look closely, he also has like a holster right here too for like the blaster. Cause I already know that's what I probably doing with mine, you know. You can set the strap right there too for it, so you can actually holster the blaster right in here. So I'm gonna see if I can do it. It even has like a working belt on it too right there, as you can see, that you can slide out and put the blaster in. Now, as you can see, I changed one of his hands too, so you can actually I can actually put the blaster in there. I put on like a trigger hand. It went on pretty easily too. The actual trigger hand for the blaster. Mando also gets a set of 5 different hands, so he has like a total of 7 hands in total. Cause this was the hand that was on him, like a relaxed hand. But then he has like 2 fists, left and right fists. Then he has another trigger finger for the right side, for the right hand. Then he has like this other hand, you can tell it's probably like an accessory because there's like an opening in it. So he has like a total of I guess you could say 7 like interchangeable hands, but like 5 like separate hands that were actually separate. Now I want to move on to like the next accessories. So up next, what I'm gonna talk about is one of the actual Grogu's that I have, and I think this right is actual. This is like the actual deluxe version that I have too. This particular Grogu. I don't think you actually get the standard version with the carriage, if I'm not mistaken. But as you can see, he does have some plastic on it, so I'm going to have to take some of this off. So as you can see, there's a baby Yoda, or you can see the child inside like his carriage. I think that's awesome. The detail in this carriage is mere. And you can also take a Grogu out of this too. He also has like this like sheet in here, like this blanket in here, which I think is pretty cool that you can keep inside of it. But you can actually take Grogu out, and as you can see now, this does look kind of kind of odd, I must admit. He does have like articulation like in the head too. You can still like look up to the sides, you know, and stuff, so you can move his head around. I like how his eyes like are glossiness too. That's kind of cool. But it doesn't like he can move the hands or anything. But you can see this is how it actually is. They have like a magnet in here that you would put like inside the hoverpram, and this is it right here itself. You can tell this is all welded and stuff. And this is like the peg hole for actually putting Grogu like on his own stand too in this. And this is only available, if I'm not mistaken, on the deluxe version of the Mandalorian, because the standard version wouldn't get this. You know. And again, like I say, he has like a magnet that you can just stick on in here like that, and he just pops right on there. I think that's pretty cool how they did that. Then you take his little sheet and you know you can put that behind him like his blanket. So that's kind of awesome. This right here is the shell for Grogu, and I think you would actually have to take him out to actually put this on, because you could tell by the way his hands is. So I'm gonna see to make it look like he was actually closed up, because he usually is the one that be closing it, you know, a lot of times. But you as you can see, it just connects together like that, and voila, it looks like an egg. Like the hologram. Then you can take it off again and put a Grogu right back inside. I like how he just slots right in too. It's like a magnet. I think that's pretty cool. And this here is actually a Grogu's own stand too. Like I mentioned before, you have this tube in it, and he has like a peg underneath it. So what you would do, I think, is just where you have a hole for you. Just take this, and it just goes on. I must admit that is an awesome way that they did design that, you know, that there he is like right next to Mando, like he's hovering, because you know it floats. So I must admit that does look pretty cool, you know. You can have him right there next to Mando like that, like he's floating. Another Grogu figure which I have here. Now this one here I'm probably having some fun with. As you can see, he has like the glass in his eyes, the head can tilt and so on. So I think this is pretty cool. And it is awesome the way they actually sculpted his clothes. Now his arms can't move. They're actually like stuck like this, even like up like this, like he's using the force. So I think that's pretty cool. You can even see like his feet like underneath. And he even stands too, as you can see. You can just stand him. Now up next, I want to talk about the next accessory. This here is the actual cam tunnel that comes for the Mandalorian, and this has like a LED light up feature in it. And as usual, Hot Toys do give you like the batteries for these, so I'm kind of excited about this. Now once you get the batteries inside the cam tunnel, it actually has like a light up feature which you actually have to operate from up here at the top. So I'm gonna see if I can take this off. What you have to actually do is remove this right here at the top, and you can see like the battery compartment right over here. So you actually put the batteries in right there, and there's also an on and off switch for the light that's in here. Now this cam tunnel is awesome. It has like a lot of like damage and weather effects to it. Like it's been through some like damages, you know, or just, you know, I guess you could say a rough like ride basically. So I think this is cool. Now these racks can actually open up too, so you can actually see the where he would put the Beskar pieces at. So as you can see, it opens up from the bottom. It's kind of tricky too, because you actually have to push up from the bottom to actually see how it looks, and that's how it looks on the inside. It really looks awesome too, because what you actually have to do too is actually just bring all these up like this. And then even the third one, you got to push up from the bottom to actually get it to open. It's kind of tricky if you're not careful, you know, and that's how it actually looks right there. So I think that's an awesome little accessory to have. Like I mentioned before, it has like a light up feature which has like a switch at the top. You have to pull the thing off at the top to cut it on. It's rather bright too, as you can see. It has a bright light. It's very bright. Now I must admit, I do really think this is one of the coolest accessories that comes with the Mando figure. Then you also have these Beskar pieces too as well, that he actually used to make his armor with in the show. It even has like the symbol on it too as well. Now this red is actually like magnetized. Like this stack of Beskar pieces, you actually can take one off like that. So I think that's so cool. It's like magnetized. You can even turn it where now it will actually go like in there like that. But it is like magnetized, like these stacks of Beskar pieces. Because what you would do is you set up that peg on the inside. There's like a circle thing underneath that. Then you actually have to put this on the inside. So I'm gonna see if I can do it right quick. I think it just presses on in. Yeah, it would just press on in like that. Then what you can do is actually cut the light on. There you can set the Beskar pieces in. That is so awesome. I really think that is cool. And the next accessory that comes with Mando, they give you like a single Beskar armor piece right here. So I think it's cool. Like if he just holding it in his hand, you can just have it like in his hand. So I think that's awesome that they gave us like a single one to actually just put like a Mando's like hand, like you just holding one. I think that's awesome. As usual, Hot Toys give you like some pegs in case you break them, you know. It looks like they have some for like there's some other kind that I've never seen before. They look kind of like clearish. But I know them right there are the standard pegs that you get. Now what I want to talk about is the actual Mudhorn signet symbol that he had got put on his arm, you know, when he's making his armor. So you can see the Mudhorn like creature right there. And you can actually take Mando's, like one of his shoulder blades off. Because if you look right here on Mando, you can take his shoulder pad off. This one right here, it's actually like Velcroed on, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so you just take it on and off because it has like a strap. Then you would take the Mudhorn armor, because you know he got this kind of like later in the show. Then you just stick it on like that. So I must admit that is pretty cool, you know, that you can have that on there like that. They gave you the option to do that. It wasn't just there, you know, because he didn't always have that Mudhorn thing on him. You know, they put that on him. Up next, as I move on through the accessories, you have this right here. This is the Mando's tracking fob. I know when the show came on, he was using this. You know, he was tracking the location of his bounty that he was after. Next, Mando has this, I think this is like the flashlight that goes like on his helmet. It's like very small. Because what you would do is take him, and I think it's right here, like this piece right here on his helmet, it will come off. Then you can put that on if you want. The next accessory I want to talk about is the actual grappling hook that comes with Mando. He has so much. Cause I know this way will attach to like his hand and it's actually straight across. So I think that's pretty cool because you actually can put it like in one of his hands. So I think that's kind of awesome. Then Mando also has like this knife too right here as well that he has. And I believe this can go on him somewhere too if I'm not mistaken. Then you also have this necklace for Grogu right here. This will actually go around Grogu's neck if you want. And then this right here is another item that can go on his hand, I think. And this is like I think the whistling birds, like when they're about to shoot out his hand, like those like missile things that he shoots. And up next is the whistling birds effect. This ray is supposed to be like a smoke trail. I think they did that pretty good too. And this ray was actually attached to like his hand. And you can even see the missiles kind of like on the end right there. They're kind of like silver. And these are actually like supposed to be like the missiles shooting out his hand, like, because he was always doing this a lot, like in the show. Because they call it whistling birds. Then you also have like his flamethrower too as well, and this is nicely detailed, as you can see. And this right here is like, I think I forget what this was. I don't know if it's like a detonator or something, because he does already have these like on him. And you can actually attach them, put it like on right there. As you can see, he has like these two already on him. And this itself can even go on there too. You can actually put it in there with those. Next we have a hologram of Mando, as you can see. And it just sits too. You can actually, it stands, as you can see too, on its own. I think that's kind of cool. And up next, and I guess you could say the last accessory, is this actual jetpack. I think this is awesome. It's like nicely like done. It has like that chrome silver look to it, like it reflects too. This is awesome. And it's also magnetized. You can put this on Mando's like back, and it's like magnetized. And he also has like the actual thrust effect, like the fire effect, you know, like as if it's like shooting out the jetpack. Because what you can do, as you can see, you would take these, and it has these pegs on it. You just like put it on in there like that. So there's one. And there's the other one. So that's cool. And there's no question I'll be displaying them like that. And I like these translucent flame effects, fire effects too. They're just like his flamethrower almost. I think that's pretty cool. But if you're going to take Mando off the stand, you can actually take this right here, and it just actually is magnetized. So as you can see, it just goes right on his back. Because he kind of got this towards like the end of the, I think it was the, wasn't that the end of the first season, if I'm not mistaken? So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Okay, there's the Star Wars, well, Hot Toys Star Wars, the Mandalorian and the Child Deluxe version. And the product code for this is TMS015. I would definitely recommend picking this up, especially if you're a fan of the Mandalorian series, which is awesome because I have seen like both seasons of it, so I have seen like the entire show, you know, and it is awesome. Now this figure has tons of accessories, you know, and the idea that I have the deluxe version of the figure, it actually has more accessories that wouldn't come with like the standard version, which has like only a standard version too, but I actually have the deluxe version. I think this is awesome. It's actually this is probably one of my top figures of the year, you know. Well, I know this was actually released last, you know, from Hot Toys, you know, but I do believe this is probably one of my best Star Wars figures that I do have too as well. But I would definitely recommend picking this one up. So this is the Hot Toys Star Wars, the Mandalorian. And again, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I actually have all the Star Wars like films, except like those 2 Ewok movies. But this was like the first 6 episodes like on Blu-ray. Then also have like The Force Awakens, you know, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. I even have Rogue One. I even have Solo too as well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend picking this up. This is the Star Wars, but from Hot Toys, the Mandalorian and the Child Deluxe version that I have. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.